pretty good life. We didn't make a whole lot of money, but we did well. Got rid of my black Nissan Maxima with a 6-speed transmission. Rims, wheels, window tint. Back in the day. Take care of that. You know what our replacement car was? A 4-door Honda Accord that had been rear-ended and the trunk was pushed to the rear window. Pushed to the rear window. You know what I did? With the perfect Spanish that I speak, James. I drove it to Tijuana, and they fixed it in a dirt parking lot. $200. We're pioneering, my wife's family. They hooked a winch to a telephone pole. Got a couple of blow torches and began to heat it and pull. And I learned some Spanish I never heard before. I decided to go to Revolution Street, come back a few hours later, and you know what? I don't know, seriously, I don't know how they did it to this day. The trunk closed and the lights worked. Bondo gray, and that's what my wife did. At least that's what we did. The inside was fine. It ran fine. But God's call requires obedience and sacrifice. Were we bummed out about it? Not at all. As a matter of fact, I got a kick out of the whole thing. $200. Telephone pole, winch. Daughter had the open heart surgery, a lot more went on. And I think we were obedient to the sacrifice and call of God's purpose. And I remember asking Carol at one point, we're 18 months into this, and I got to finish. I wonder who has the Maxima. Because we had this deal. Somebody bought it, not really bought it, gave it to a company that found somebody to make the payments for it. It's a long story. Anyway, I get a call at night. 18 months later. This lady calls, says, I own your Maxima. Oh, okay. I can't make the payments anymore. Here's the address. Come and pick it up. The keys are going to be inside. It was only a few blocks from where we live. So Carol and I went out at nighttime. I'm thinking this thing is trashed. I mean, it's got, I get to this thing, I'm looking at the outside, and it looks pretty good. I open the door. I'm waiting for something, right? Am I going to get jumped? This isn't East San Diego, right? I mean, so the keys are there. The thing is immaculate. The lady let it go with, I think, 2 or 3 payments left. Oh. We got the car back. He said, God is so good. And then the dominoes began to fall. Sometimes when the dominoes fall, they don't fall for you, they fall against you. In this case, they fell for us. Shortly after that, the doors to China opened, and you saw the sermon with the suitcases. We got on a plane with a couple of suitcases, brought our daughter, got off in Hong Kong, got out of Hover Ferry, worked our way to South China, and we've been on this wild ride ever since. You can't sit on the fence forever tonight.
Come on.
Once he signed on to be Elijah's apprentice, Elisha did, he had to burn some bridges so that when things got tough, he wouldn't be able to have to go back to his old life. That's why he slaughtered his oxen. That's why he destroyed the plow. That's why Pastor Kevin Foley, with an advanced degree, worked at McDonald's in Preston. That's why Pastor Pocky Raj gave up a lucrative overseas offer to stay and live a dream. I'm asking you to live a dream with us tonight. I'm asking you to believe God for great cities that don't speak the language that you speak. I'm asking for people to re-alter their lives tonight because no one knows what God is going to do. Even in this place, and I make this final statement, then we're going to pray. It can be rough. The heart is good tonight. Arturo Toscanini, he is the late conductor of the New York Philharmonic Orchestra. When he was the conductor, he received a brief crumpled letter from a lonely sheep herder, literally, in the mountain area of Wyoming. And I want to read it to you. It's very brief. He said, "Mr. Conductor, I only have two possessions, a radio and an old violin. The batteries in my radio are getting low and they're soon going to die. My violin is so out of tune I can't use it. Please help me. Next Sunday when you begin your concert, sound a loud A so I can tune my A string. Then I can tune the other strings. When my radio batteries are dead, at least I'll have my violin." This is a true story. At the beginning of his next nationwide radio concert from Carnegie Hall, Toscanini announced, "For a dear friend and listener back in the mountains of Wyoming, the orchestra will now sound an A." The musicians all joined together in a perfect A, and that lonely sheep herder in the mountains of Wyoming only needed one note, just a little bit of help to get back in tune. He needed someone who would care to assist him. Just one string. Because all the others would be easy. I want to tell you tonight, one decision, one altar call, one little tune can change your entire life. And maybe one day you can say, when I run, I feel God's pleasure. All it means is everything. Let's bow our heads tonight, close our eyes. I am so privileged